We're coming from Yud Shvat, Shivim Shana, and it's such a huge day and such a huge milestone. Everybody's trying to do something shturmdik, something that's going to be unbelievable. And Taka, amazing initiatives have started as a result of the Shivim Shana. For example, there's a movement to learn the Holokutei Sichos, and thousands of people have signed up, and it's unbelievable. I want to share a perspective without detracting from anything that's happening, and it's going to happen, but there's something that's not being said enough, perhaps. I just came back from South Africa, where our family had a reunion, because it was my father's 70th, Baruch Hashem, Arichas Yom Shalom Tevis. He was born a few days after the Friedrich Rebbe passed away in Tafshin Yud, and he's one of the first people to be named Yosef Yitzchak. And when we asked him what does he want for his Shivim Shana, you know what he wanted? The only thing he wanted was that all of his children and grandchildren, his entire family, should be reunited, as we haven't been in decades, maybe ever before. And it took many, many months of planning and a lot of effort. But Baruch Hashem was amazing. It was unbelievable. People came from all around the world. We saw each other. We were together for the whole weekend. We verbrained, we spoke, we shared. And it was a tremendous nachas to my father. And then it struck me. The Rebbe is for us many things. The Rebbe is a teacher, Meirenu, Rabbeinu. The Rebbe is a melech. The Rebbe is a nasi. The Rebbe is also our father. And if you ask a father, what does he want for his 70th? What is most meaningful and most loved and cherished and desired is that his children should be together. So without taking away from any of the major undertakings and projects that are happening, which are amazing, and they should be matzliach, what's missing is a family reunion. We need to give the Rebbe the gift of one family. The Alter Rebbe said that he wants alle Chassidim to sein ein mishpacha. There's no question that the greatest gift we can give the Rebbe, and the hardest gift, it's harder to make peace with your fellow Chabadnik than it is to learn the Holokutei Sichos. For sure. With all the amazing things that are happening in conquering the world and Hafatzas Havyanas Chutza, there's still, we know, you know, I know, there's still a lot of work to be done within our own community. There are shluchim who do not talk to each other, unfortunately, because territory, my balabas, your balabas, money, whatever it might be. There are family members that don't talk to each other, unfortunately. There are neighbors, people in the same community, people who work and live next door to each other who don't talk to each other. If we want to bring the Shechina Lamata, right, this is the whole thing of Basi Lagani, bringing the Shechina, Iker Shechina Lamata, we learn the Mamorim, we verbreng. In Tanya, the Alter Rebbe writes, I think it's Yiras HaKodesh Chaf Aleph, that Klal Yisrael is an organism. We're one people. And sickness and not being well is when there's a disconnect between the different organs and there's no good circulation of the blood. And he says that Klal Yisrael is the same thing. We're one people. If we want to bring the Shechina down Lamata, if we want the Rebbe back, we have to make a Asar Shlim. We have to make a Keli. We have to be together as one family. It's not going to happen by sitting together for an hour and putting on a video of the Rebbe, which is amazing. It's not going to happen by learning Mamarim and Sichos and making a Chalukah, which is amazing. We need to, the hardest thing, we need to start to make peace with one another. Accept our differences. Embrace one another despite, or maybe even because of our differences. And we need to work towards real unity. If we start today, maybe by Yud Aleph Shvat, Haba Aleinu L'Teva, we can really come together and have a family reunion of Kol Mishpachas Chassidim. And then we'll have Bercheinu Avinu Tlanu Ka'echad. Of course, we hope Mashiach comes today, every day. We shouldn't wait. But at the same time, we know we have to plan. and the Rebbe himself planned for years in advance. Even though we want Mashiach to come immediately, we need to have this game changing. We need to start to change the way we look at one another and really work on this. And I believe this is the most powerful thing. And if you look at the Basi Lagani of Tafshin Yud, this year's Ois Yud, what is the last word? What is the final word of the kuntras that the Rebbe gave out? Tafshin Yud, Echad. The whole idea of Yamim Yitzorah V'lo Echad Bahem, and the Friedrich Rebbe writes, and the Rebbe in the Ha'aras and signed to different Amarim, that the whole avoid of a person is to be mamshich the inyan of Echad in Welt. If you want to be mamshich Echad, Achdas Hashem in the world, Achdas Hashem and Achdas Achsidim, it's connected. Because Achdas Hashem is manifest and expresses itself in the oneness of Chassidim. So let's make a pledge that going forward from now, we're already in Shivim Ve'echad. We already entered the 71st year, 70 years plus one. This is the Echad. Let's make this year a year where the focus is on oneness, on being Mamshich, Achdus Hashem, and Achdus Achsidim, and take it together, Barchim Novin Klon Ke'echad.